Part 1. Difficult people are the greatest test of your peace. The hardest threat to your peace is often not a crisis. But à personne. A co-worker undermines you. A relative provokes you. Someone online seems determined to misunderstand everything you say. The Stoics knew this territory well. Marcus Aurelius governed an empire filled with political conflict. Epictetus lived under slavery. Seneca survived the dangerous court of Nero. Their philosophy was not written from comfort. It was tested against difficult human beings. The first Stoic lesson is simple. Other people will challenge your patience, pride, and judgment. Your task is not to create a world without difficult people. Your task is to become someone whose character cannot be easily hijacked by them. Even when they behave badly, stay steady and keep. Part 2. The first mistake making their behavior about you. Someone makes a sharp comment, and the moment lasts 10 seconds. Then you replay it for 4 hours. A coworker dismisses you in a meeting, and suddenly you question your value. A relative becomes passive-aggressive at dinner, and you surrender the entire evening to resentment. This is the first trap, turning another person's behavior into a verdict about yourself. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself that disturbance does not simply arrive from outside. The mind participates by adding judgment, meaning, and repetition. Their words may belong to them, but the story you keep telling afterward belongs to you. Notice that distinction. The original insult may be brief. The suffering you manufacture afterward can continue long after they leave. Do not. Part 3. Separate their behavior from your interpretation. When someone behaves badly, 2 events occur. First, there is what they actually did, the words, tone, expression, or decision. Second, there is the meaning your mind immediately attaches to it. They disrespect me. They want me to fail. Everyone must think I am weak. Stoic practice separates those layers. The behavior may be real, unfair, and unacceptable, but your interpretation is still something you can examine. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to question the judgment before surrendering to it. Ask what happened. Exactly. Then ask, what story did I add? This does not excuse bad behavior. It prevents another person from controlling your inner world through an interpretation you never consciously chose for yourself. Your mind deserves better than becoming. Part 4. Prepare in advance to meet difficult people. Marcus Aurelius began his day by reminding himself that he would meet meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and difficult people. That was not pessimism. It was preparation. If you secretly expect everyone to be patient, fair, and considerate, one rude encounter can hijack your entire day. But if you expect human imperfection, you remove the shock before work, family gatherings, or difficult conversation. Tell yourself someone may be impatient today, someone may misunderstand me, someone may act from ego. Then decide beforehand how you intend to respond. Preparation creates emotional distance before conflict arrives. You are no longer surprised into reaction. You meet the difficult person already steady, already aware, and already responsible for your own character. Preparation turns surprise. Part 5. Stop expecting everyone to be reasonable and kind. Most of us carry an unconscious contract with the world. People should be reasonable, fair, grateful, and kind. The problem is that nobody signed that contract. When someone behaves selfishly or irrationally, We feel personally betrayed because reality violated an expectation we invented. Marcus Aurelius removed that surprise by remembering that people act from incomplete understanding. This does not mean every harmful action is innocent. It means human beings are often confused, frightened, proud, wounded, or blind to consequences. Seeing this clearly reduces unnecessary personalization. Instead of asking, "How could they do this to me?" ask, "What might be driving this behavior?" Understanding does not erase accountability. It simply keeps another person's imperfection from becoming a permanent disturbance inside you. Part 6. You cannot control other people. Epictetus begins with one of Stoicism's most liberating distinctions. Some things are within our control, and others are not. Difficult people belong largely to the second category. You cannot force a hostile person to become kind. You cannot argue an envious person into generosity. You cannot make a closed mind curious by explaining yourself perfectly. Trying harder does not change that boundary. What remains yours is your judgment, your words, your actions, and your decision to engage or walk away. This is not surrender. It is strategic clarity. Every minute spent trying to control another person is energy removed from something you can actually govern. Stop wrestling with their personality. Put your strength where Stoicism says it belongs inside your. Part 7. What truly belongs to you is your response. Epictetus understood freedom as ownership of your inner response. Other people may control a meeting, spread an opinion, criticize your work, or refuse to understand you. They still cannot choose your judgment for you unless you surrender it. Your response includes more than what you say aloud. It includes whether you engage, whether you leave, whether you set a boundary, and whether you keep replaying the encounter afterward. This is where Stoic power becomes practical. Ask yourself, what part of this situation is actually mine? Their behavior is theirs. Your conduct is yours. Their opinion is theirs. Your integrity is yours. When you stop confusing those territories, difficult people lose much of the psychological power you once handed them for. Part 8. Stop asking, "How do I make them change?" The wrong question is, "How do I make this person different?" That question puts your peace inside someone else's personality. Stoicism replaces it with something stronger. How do I choose a response I can respect, regardless of what they do? This shift changes everything. You stop negotiating with what you cannot command and start governing what is actually yours. A principled response is not passive. It may mean speaking firmly, staying silent, leaving the room, refusing an argument, or ending access to your life. The point is that your action comes from judgment rather than impulse. The difficult person no longer writes your script. You do. That is what freedom looks like when philosophy leaves the page and enters conflict. Part 9. Move from judgment to understanding. Judgment says, "This person is attacking me." Understanding asks, what struggle, fear, confusion, or insecurity might be appearing as hostility? That second question does not make harmful behavior acceptable. It changes your emotional position. You move from being a helpless target to becoming an observer who still has choices. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly viewed difficult people as flawed human beings, acting from mistaken ideas about what matters. That perspective weakens hatred without removing boundaries. You can understand someone and still say no. You can recognize their pain and still leave. You can see their blindness without volunteering to be harmed by it. Understanding is useful because resentment narrows your options. Clear perception expands them and lets you respond with judgment instead. Part 10. Do not react immediately when triggered. Seneca's practical advice begins with space. When someone says something that instantly triggers you, do not give them your first reaction. Pause. Breathe. Give yourself 3 seconds before speaking. In those seconds, ask one question: what would the best version of me say right now? Not the wounded version. Not the defensive version. Not the version desperate to win. The best version. 3 seconds can prevent 3 days of regret. This is not emotional suppression. You are allowed to feel anger, embarrassment, or hurt. The discipline is refusing to let the first emotion become the final decision. Reactions are fast because they are automatic. Character requires a pause. Practice that pause consistently, and difficult people will discover they no longer. Part 11. Return to the dichotomy of control. Whenever frustration rises, return to the Stoic division of control. Ask, is their behavior under my control? No. Is my response under my control? Yes. Is their opinion mine to command? No. Are my words, boundaries, and next action mine? Yes. Keep repeating the distinction until it becomes reflexive. The purpose is not to become indifferent to everything. It is to stop spending emotional energy where your effort has no authority. A difficult person may continue being difficult. Your responsibility is to decide what you permit, what you answer, what you ignore, and when you leave. The moment you clearly separate what is yours from what is not, pressure drops, confusion becomes choice, and choice restores your freedom. Put your Part 12. Anger is a dangerous trap. Of all the emotions difficult people provoke, anger may be the most dangerous. Seneca called anger a brief madness because it rushes past reason, forgets relationships, magnifies small offenses, and demands action before judgment catches up. Anger itself is not proof that you are wrong. Sometimes it signals a real boundary violation. The danger is letting the emotion become commander under anger. You may say the sentence you cannot retrieve, send the message you regret, or turn one bad moment into a permanent rupture. Stoicism asks you to delay action until reason returns. Feel the heat, name it, and wait. You do not defeat anger by pretending it is absent. You defeat its control by refusing to obey it immediately. Part 13. Compassion is not weakness. Compassion is often misunderstood as softness. Stoicism offers something harder. You can recognize that a difficult person may be acting from fear, ignorance, insecurity, or pain without approving what they do. Compassion does not require access. It does not cancel consequences. It simply prevents hatred from taking over your mind. When you shift from "this person exists" to "hurt me" to "this person is struggling, and that struggle is reaching me as hostility," your emotional architecture changes. You become less reactive and more deliberate. That gives you more power, not less. You can respond firmly without poisoning yourself with resentment. Understanding why someone behaves badly is not the same as permitting it. Compassion can coexist with distance, boundaries, accountability. And Part 14. Stoicism does not teach you to be a doormat. Stoicism does not ask you to tolerate abuse, manipulation, humiliation, or repeated disrespect. That interpretation is lazy and dangerous. Boundaries fit perfectly inside the dichotomy of control, because deciding what you allow into your life is one of your responsibilities. You may forgive someone and still deny them access. You may understand their pain and still leave the relationship. You may remain calm while saying, "This is not acceptable." The Stoic goal is not to become impossible to offend because you accept everything. It is to remain governed by reason while choosing what deserves your presence. Walking away can be disciplined. Silence can be disciplined. A firm boundary can be disciplined. Peace without boundaries is not wisdom. Sometimes it is. Part 15. Real strength is refusing to let others define you. Real strength is not making every difficult person respect you. That goal still leaves your identity dependent on their response. Real strength is refusing to let their behavior decide what kind of person you become. Someone can insult you without making you cruel. Someone can betray you without forcing you into revenge. Someone can misunderstand you without requiring endless explanation. Marcus Aurelius faced political betrayal and still returned to the question of character. Stoicism does not promise that other people will stop hurting you. It gives you a harder promise: their actions do not have to own your next action. Protect that space. Your reputation may live in other people's minds, but your conduct lives in your hands. Guard what? Part 16. Core lesson. The core lesson is simple. You do not defeat difficult people by changing them. You win when they can no longer turn you into a worse version of yourself. Their hostility does not require your hostility. Their chaos does not deserve permanent residence in your mind. Their opinion does not become your identity. Prepare for difficult people before they arrive. Separate facts from interpretation. Return to what you control. Pause before reacting. Seek understanding without surrendering boundaries. Let anger inform you, but never command you. Then choose the response you can respect tomorrow. That is Stoic freedom in ordinary life. You may not control who enters the room, what they say, or how they behave, but you can still decide